Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything and welcome to Istanbul. Today I'm catching Turkish Railways flagship service from Istanbul to Ankara, the capital of Turkey. One slight problem, this is Sirkeci station and I need to get over to the Asian side. A station called, are you ready for this? Soğukçeşme. And from there you can catch the high-speed train. There is actually one that leaves from the European side, but it leaves from out in the suburbs, out in the sticks somewhere, and if you don't live out in that part of town, it's a bit of a nightmare to get to. Most people cross the Bosphorus and join from the Asian side. So let's get inside and get to this Soğukçeşme station.
Yönüne gidecek yolcularımızın yolcu almayacaktır. Sadece yolcu indirmek için duracaktır.
Well, we made it, but there's a complete lack of signage, so I'm just following everyone else, see where they go. And if it doesn't work, I go back. Well, there's absolutely nothing down here, so it must be back here again. Well, we're back at the station again. Maybe I'm just overthinking this whole situation, but I would have thought there'd be at least a sign pointing to trains to the nation's capital. But there seems to be absolutely nothing here. And I'm definitely at the right station, that's for sure. It's around here somewhere. Well, I've come to the conclusion this is actually the station, only because there's lots of people in there with large suitcases waiting in a kind of a waiting area. There is also what looks like a detector, explosives detector, door frame you have to walk through, so I think this is probably the right place. At the moment it looks like a disaster area. In a couple of years' time it's going to look fantastic, but at the moment, whoa. So we'll just hang around here and see what happens. Well, I must say that station over there has come as a bit of a shock to the system. I was expecting some sort of modern, sleek kind of area where you could relax, maybe a couple of coffee shops, whatever. I arrived with loads of time just in case. It's an absolute disaster area over there. Most people are actually outside smoking. Inside it's quite dismal. It is a construction site. It's going to look good in a year or two, but at the moment, woof. So I've got about an hour to kill before my train hopefully leaves from up there somewhere. So while I'm waiting for the train, I will give you some factoids about the journey. I've got them down on this bit of cardboard here. Journey is 4 hours 27 minutes, 349 kilometers or 217 miles. And I am traveling in business class, which is a good thing because I have got seat 1C in car 1, which, if I remember correctly, is a solo seat. Whether it's forward facing, who knows? It doesn't tell you on their website what's forward facing, what isn't, so it's a bit of a gamble there. Apparently it gets up to 250 kilometers an hour. It has a cafe bar, but if you're traveling in business class, you do get a kind of a snack, a lunch, coffee kind of thing thrown in, so I'm looking forward to that. And I think by the time I get on the train, I will be in desperate need of a coffee. Another thing worth mentioning is the fact that security over there is actually very tight. Security guards everywhere. But then Turkey does have a couple of domestic issues going on, so I'm going to be very discreet with the filming. I'm glad to report it's not just me that's confused here. I've been watching people for a while now, and even the locals are confused as to what the setup is. Okay, it's competition time. Can you see any evidence here to suggest that there is a high-speed flagship rail service to the nation's capital? Now that's a ticket office, that doesn't count. Any clues? Right there, YHT, that's the high-speed service. Behind that partition there, that is the only clue here. Once we got out of that dismal waiting area, everything kind of fell into place. We had to go through a detector, which I think was for explosives. And then here we are on the platform. and we're here about 25 minutes early. This is my coach here, coach 1, seat 1C Charlie. Well, that's very sleek and modern, isn't it? Just over 4 hours to Ankara. I'm looking forward to this. I seem to have scored myself a partial window view, but it will do, although it is showing signs of wear and tear. There, and there. And what is this? Cool. What's this? An entertainment system. I have a footrest here which is broken. Not sure what that thing's for. This ticket cost 810 lira, which is around about £19, and that is a good bargain for a 4-hour journey. Got an audience here. The Wi-Fi works.
Çocuklar, Ankara seferini yapacak olan yüksek hızlı trene hoş geldiniz.
I must say, after this morning, I'm so glad to be on this train. The Sirkeci station, which I went to first of all, didn't look like a station. I didn't see any Turkish Railways logos or anything outside. Apparently it was more of a disabled access, but that's what Google showed me, so I went there. And then of course the chaos back there at the main station. Oh, I'm so glad to be on this train now. Any idea what these things are for? They don't move. There's one there. There's some on the other side as well. They must have some purpose. Okay, and welcome to the toilet tour. Firstly, I can say I've seen smaller ones. relatively clean considering we're halfway through the journey. Does everything work? That works. Not sure about the water. And the dry doesn't work either. Yeah, like the rest of the train, it's a little bit tired.
Alkollü içecek içmek ve ağır kokulu yiyecekler tüketmek yasaktır. Anlaşıldığı için teşekkür ederiz.
And we made it to Ankara, albeit 30 minutes late. No explanation given, but it was a comfortable ride all the same. Right, I'm going to get out of the station, then I'll tell you about my observations. What an amazing station! Yeah, so, high-speed service, yeah. For the first hour, hour and a half, we were passing through a very urban area. It wasn't until we got past Izmit where the driver was able to put his foot down, or whatever the equivalent is for a train driver. And even then we kind of trundled through the Turkish countryside. Sometimes we hit 250 kilometers an hour, sometimes we just trundled along, and that's why we were 30 minutes late. The train itself, the first high-speed train in Turkey was in 2009. I don't know how old that train was, but it was definitely requiring some TLC. There were a few broken things were showing signs of wear and tear, a little bit of TLC. But was it a bargain? You bet it was. £19, business class, big seat, loads of leg room. You get a snack thrown in and coffee. Absolute bargain for £19. Anyway guys, thanks very much for coming along on this little journey, and I'll see you next time.